Oh no, it's a dinosaur! Ah!
It's gonna get us. Ah! And cut! Great run, guys. Greetings, LEGO fans, and welcome to Retro LEGO, where we revisit and rank the sets in beloved LEGO themes from the past. Today, we step into the glitz and glamour of Hollywood with LEGO Studios. In a rare breaking of the fourth wall for LEGO, this series focuses on life on a film set, giving characters from original LEGO themes as well as some licensed characters a firm grounding in the real world of filmmaking. Debuting in the year 2000, these were not only great playsets on their own, but they also encourage you to make your own movies with them, even including a working digital camera and editing software in the flagship set. Even though I only had a few of the smaller sets as a kid, this whole line was hugely influential in my own LEGO journey, encouraging me and my older brother to make our own stop-motion movies and join an online community of other creators. In fact, if it weren't for the creativity that this series inspired, I'm not sure this YouTube channel would even exist today. There are three distinct phases of this theme. The first wave consisted of more general sets depicting all sorts of stunts and practical special effects. Next, they gave the LEGO Studios treatment to a couple of licensed properties, and finally, they took a turn to the dark side with LEGO Studios Horror. We'll eventually cover all three of these waves on the channel, but today we'll focus on the first and largest wave that started it all. So grab your slate and let's zoom in on LEGO Studios. This line, like many others at the time, had a number of promotional polybag releases, which are certainly worthy of a brief honorable mention here, but the initial wave contained 8 main sets. And at number 8 is set number 1357, Cameraman. There's nothing wrong with this little $2 set, but it just doesn't have a whole lot going on. What you do get, however, is great. On a small platform, you're given the signature film camera from the series and an articulating light, both of which are perfect additions to any studio's collection. The camera is simply a decked-out version of the well-beloved Adventurer's camera, and it makes me happy to see it in action here. Of course, this set wouldn't be called Cameraman if it didn't include one. This guy is by far the most ubiquitous in this series. His torso print gives him all the credentials he needs for his position on set, and his face print is borrowed from Docs of Rock Raiders fame. This set is a perfect little taste of LEGO Studios, and it really captures the essence of the theme in a tiny footprint. My number 7 entry might be a bit surprising, as I'm giving this to set number 1353, the Car Stunt Studio. Originally retailing for $20 US, this mid-size offering aims to bring some high-speed car stunts to the series. The primary play feature of this set is this ramp, which is rigged to chaotically fly apart when the stunt car makes contact. The included Technic rod makes this an easy enough trick to pull off, but I don't know, it just doesn't really impress me too much as a special effect. Combine that with the notorious fragility of the specially molded ramp piece, and it all adds up to a set that, at least for me, is a little more frustrating than it is fun. That doesn't mean the set is a bust, though. The included articulating camera jib and standalone light are very welcome additions, along with a simple teeter-totter that allows you to flip the car. Strangely enough, I feel like this little gimmick has way more potential use in a Brickfilm than the breakaway ramp does. Along with all these goodies, there are 2 minifigs included, the familiar Cameraman and a newcomer, the Stunt Driver. This guy has another face print borrowed from Rock Raiders, coming from Sparks this time, but it's definitely a good fit for this adrenaline junkie. It's a fun set overall, but its headline feature falls kinda flat for me, especially in comparison to what's coming in this list. And at number 6 is set number 1356, the Stuntman Catapult. Though this $4 offering has only 29 pieces, it's everything I want in a small set. The play feature here is delightfully simple and endlessly fun. With our Stuntman loaded on the catapult, a quick pull and release of this latter piece will send him absolutely flying over the included flames, and depending on how hard you fling him, across the entire room. The fun doesn't stop there though, as this set includes two great minifigs. The first is our Stuntman, this time with a flight cap instead of a helmet, and the next is the Director, who is my favorite character from the theme. This guy is modeled after Steven Spielberg, who, in addition to putting his name behind the LEGO Studio series, is one of my favorite real-life filmmakers, so having him in minifig form is just so much fun. Along with my favorite minifigure, this set also includes my favorite accessory from the line, the working film slate. There's basically no symbol of the movies quite as iconic as a classic slate, and having it in LEGO form is just perfection. This set might be tiny, but I had so much fun with it as a kid, and the play feature, along with the minifigs and accessories, make it an all-around win. Breaking into the top 5 is set number 1355, the Temple of Gloom. As someone who adores the Adventurer series, this $7 set is near and dear to my heart. Portraying Johnny Thunder's daring escape from the Temple of Anubis with the famed Rhaegau ruby, this set employs a simple but incredibly effective play feature. Pulling this tab in either direction will send the plates that make up the floor crashing downward, and you get to decide whether or not Johnny makes it out alive. Naturally, this set includes Johnny Thunder himself, who is always a treat to get, even if it's not in an official Adventurer set. Filming the scene is our friend the Cameraman again, who is given another nice little articulating camera setup. I absolutely adore this little set, and its tie-in to one of my favorite LEGO themes of all time really boosts it for me. Speaking of adventurers, the number 4 spot goes to set number 1354, the Dino Head Attack. In a tasteful nod to the Dino Island sub-theme of adventurers that was released at about the same time, this set gives you a T-Rex at a much more intimidating scale, even if it's just an animatronic head. Seeing as how this isn't too far off from how the original Jurassic Park was made, I appreciate this set all the more. This vicious-looking dino head can swivel back and forth and open up its terrifying jowls. All of these movements are controlled by a newcomer to this series, the Grip. This hard-working member of the crew gives off a much more blue-collar vibe, and uses one of my favorite face prints from the 90s, having been featured all over LEGO Space. The other minifig included here is yet another favorite from the Adventurer series, Miss Gale Storm, or Pippin Reed if you prefer. Though she has the same face and torso print as she did in her desert sub-theme appearance, her black pants and slouch hat are both new to her. I'm not sure why these wardrobe changes were made here, but as it makes her look like a fusion of herself and Johnny Thunder, I like it. In addition to the humans, we also get a couple animal friends as well. The baby T of Dino Island fame, and a white cat, for some reason. This set is just plain fun, and is a delightful peek at the magic of the movies. If you're enjoying this nostalgia trip, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. Coming in at number 3 is set number 1351, the Movie Backdrop Studio. Originally selling for $60 US, this set really ups the ante for its main play feature. This enormous frame houses a motorized backdrop system that makes everything you put in front of it look like it's in motion. The original electronics for this set have long since shorted out on this copy, but as it's only driven by a single rubber band, it can easily be brought back to life with modern powered-up components. The set originally came with 2 interchangeable paper backdrops, one daylight scene and one at night, but I currently only have the daytime one. In addition to this undoubtedly impressive backdrop, you can also mount the included stunt car or helicopter on this 360-degree swivel, giving you even more motion to really sell the scene. 2 of our previous characters make appearances here, along with this very welcome 90s-era police officer to pilot the helicopter. This set has a cool factor that sets it apart from the rest, and works very well for both display and actual movie making. The runner-up is set number 1352, the Explosion Studio. Hitting shelves at $30 US, this set takes my favorite play feature from my favorite theme and supersizes it onto a modern film set. This isn't your ordinary bank robbery, as the robber has one last surprise for his pursuers. Pushing down on the lever next to the ATM will absolutely blow the bank to smithereens. This is accomplished by using an updated version of the spring-powered Technic piston setup used in both the Sheriff's Lockup and Gold City Junction. Actuated by a simple string pull and 2 pistons instead of 1, this is the most explosive version of this play feature yet, and makes for an immensely satisfying outcome. The building is designed to be loosely cobbled together to achieve this effect, so it can be a bit tricky to move without the whole thing falling apart, but it's all in service of this awesome principal feature, so I don't mind too much. In addition to the main attraction, we're also given 2 studio lights to brighten up the scene, as well as a little camera dolly to allow for some quick moving shots. We're well acquainted with the 3 crew members included here, but the set also gives us an actor to play the police sheriff, who might just have to be a stuntman himself depending on how close he is to the explosion. On the roof of the bank is another mounted camera, presumably to get some POV shots as the roof comes crashing down, as well as a box full of cash to add some extra drama to the grand explosive finale. If you need to do another take, don't worry, the pyrotechnic department has plenty of dynamite on hand. Since I'm still a little boy at heart, this set just fills me with glee, and I never get sick of pressing that lever and watching the show. And at number 1 is the one that started it all, set number 1349, the Steven Spielberg Movie Maker set. When I saw this show up in catalogs in late 2000, I was absolutely gobsmacked. I had already developed an interest in movie making by that age, and combining it with Lego seemed like a dream come true. Though the $180 asking price was too rich for our family's finances, the inspiration this set offered me cannot be understated. The set's box is a piece of art in and of itself, inviting you to take part in the movie-making journey of a lifetime. I remember seeing this in the store, lifting up the flap, and desperately longing for what was inside. Perhaps the central feature of this set was the working camera, which is actually just a Logitech QuickCam Web housed in a special Lego casing. Connecting this bad boy to your computer would allow you to capture either stop motion or live video with the use of the included software. I tried to get this working on a modern PC, but as of yet haven't had any luck with either the camera or the software. But I did copy the included sound files from the CD, which I used heavily in the opening skit of this video. From all reports, the quality that this camera offered was pretty lackluster, but giving this amount of technological freedom to kids in the year 2000 was nothing short of a dream come true for many. The set itself simulates a full-blown film studio, complete with a full cast and crew, plenty of filmmaking equipment, and even some menacing dinosaurs. Pulling on the tabs behind the 2 skyscrapers sends them toppling to the street below. If that wasn't enough, the ground itself can open up along this huge crack in the road and expose a deadly layer of molten lava underneath. A few nice tricks of the trade are included as well, including this large-scale dinosaur foot to dwarf the minifigures, as well as these micro-scale buildings to make the T-Rex look larger than life. Speaking of the T-Rex, both the adult and baby versions come from Dino Island, but are inseparably connected with the marketing of this series as well. The lineup of minifigures includes the director, the stuntman with a baseball cap this time, the cameraman and grip that we've seen before, as well as a few newcomers, a female production assistant, a female civilian, and a fireman. Rounding out this chaotic scene is this very cool and handy camera track, which can both slide back and forth and tilt using this gear mechanism. And finally, we're given this wind machine, taking the epicness of this shoot to a whole new level. I'm not sure there's any other set that I didn't personally own in my childhood that's had more of an effect on me than this one. Though we could never afford the set itself, it didn't stop us from eventually getting our own webcam and trying brick filming out for ourselves. I'm not sure that our own inspiration for brick filming or the community that sprang up around it would have ever reached the heights that it did if Lego hadn't introduced this groundbreaking and refreshingly unique set and series. And now that I actually do have the set in my possession, it feels like things have finally come full circle. But what do you think of this one-of-a-kind theme? Let me know in the comments, and drop a like if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, lights, camera, and action.